Hello, welcome back to my channel, and today we will be talking about the most successful investor of all time and how you can emulate and think like the man himself. So I've been watching a lot of content over the past few months on the Oracle of Omaha, and it is safe to say I have a bit of an old man crush on him. And that is okay in my books, so hopefully it is in yours too. Not only was he the lead role in the Disney film Up, I'm joking, he's also worth $76.3 billion. So if we can emulate even a tiny bit of his behaviour and think a tiny bit like him, we can hopefully be laughing our way to the bank like he does. So what I've done is I picked out a few quotes from the man himself, and I will comment on them about how we can implement them into our own lives. If we can be 1% as successful as the man himself, we will be extremely rich. So it might be worth listening and taking some notes. So the first quote on how to think like Warren Buffett is: be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. I think this is probably the most important quote out of all of them in my opinion, and the reason why he's amassed such a fortune. You might think of this as timing the market, and it is to some extent. However, it is more about buying something of value at a lower price and then holding on to it, and that is where you make your money. This is a mindset that you probably already have, but maybe not for investing. So when I'm in Tesco or Sainsbury's, there are certain products that I will only buy if they're on offer. For example, Doritos or Pringles. They're on offer periodically throughout the year on a cheaper price, and that's the only time I buy them. And that's probably the same, maybe not Doritos and Pringles, but that's just my case. And this is exactly the process that you need to take, or when you're thinking about investing in a business, because you should only buy it when it's on sale. Otherwise, you're paying too much for it. And if you're as stingy as me and you don't want to pay £2 for a pack of Doritos, then you wouldn't want to pay twice as much as you think the value of a company is. So before we get onto the next one, I think you should drop a like on this video, because it really helps me and it really helps the YouTube algorithm. So drop a like on this video and we can be friends. So the second quote is:
if you're looking at your life at a young age like you are, and you can choose what kind of a person you can be, why not be the person you admire rather than the person you can't stand? It's so simple.
He says that he chooses an inner circle based on the people around him that he wants to emulate. So he can feed off the people around him and become more like them each day. And I think that's something that we can all buy into. So why not do this for yourself? This doesn't mean binning everyone in your friends group. I don't want you to do that. But now we're stuck in quarantine, it might be a good idea to look at which of your friends bring you value and which of them don't and bring you down and are negative for your outlook on life and what you want to be and become. This way you'll become the person you want to be. I think this is a critical success factor in why Warren Buffett has become so successful, because he surrounds himself with people who make him better, and I think that is definitely something that we can all take on board. And it obviously shows that success breeds success, because he's best mates with Bill Gates, who is one of, depending on which day you look at it, he's the richest man in the world, or he's not, depending on what Jeff's doing that day. So going into the third one now: you will get very rich if you understand a few companies and understand their future. Now, this is one of the most important things he's ever said in terms of investing, because he focuses on their future. Nobody can tell the future, but with the information that you're provided about companies, you can definitely make the most informed decision you can possibly make, and that will lead to growth of the company, hopefully, and make you making a lot of money. If you become a fiend for research and understand what a great business looks like through the financial statements and what you can find on the internet about the company, then you are likely to be very successful. You have to remember that Warren Buffett made 99% of his fortune after his 50th birthday. So he didn't get it right all the time. Like he wasn't an overnight millionaire, and he played the long game and he did it to perfection. The fourth and final one is...
First rule in investment is don't lose. And the second rule in investment is don't forget the first rule, and that's all the rules there are. I mean, if you buy things for far below what they're worth and you buy a group of them, you basically don't lose money.
So you might be thinking, how on earth are we meant to do that? How are we meant to not lose money in the stock market? Well, Warren Buffett is known as a value investor, so he only invests in companies that he believes are undervalued based on his metrics and his research. And he will only invest then, because otherwise you are wasting your money. You're buying something that is not worth its value. The risk involved when you become a value investor and you look at great companies that are undervalued, the risk is significantly reduced because you know that the value is not what it's supposed to be, and the company will eventually realign to what it's supposedly valued. Obviously there are spikes and there are dips in the market, but over time you will realize that the stocks are valued at what they should be, and this is when the profit can be made. If you focus on these great companies, you will never lose money, and I think that is how Warren Buffett has made his fortune, by looking at the great companies and making sure each one has value, and the ones that he's buying are undervalued, and that's it. Like he says, you don't need to swing at every pitch. You don't need to swing at every bowl if you're playing cricket. To conclude on how to think like Warren Buffett, he often says that you don't need to be a genius to make money in the stock market, and I agree. However, I think that there are three things that need to be done. So you need to be sensible, and you need to research, and address your shortcomings. Warren Buffett often says that you do not need to be a genius to make money in the stock market. However, I think you need to have a few qualities, or make yourself have a few qualities that will help you make money. So in terms of being sensible, you need to look at the facts and the figures and make sure that you're making a rational decision, because when you get swayed by other people, that's when you're likely to lose money. But when you're thinking rationally and you've done your research, that is when you make your money. So the research part is obviously very important. There's lots of resources out there to make sure that you can do the most research possible, and you just need to do it. And in terms of addressing your shortcoming, you need to think of investing as a shortcoming. If you've never invested in your life, then you need to learn how to do it, and that is a shortcoming. You can't be a financial expert on investing like in any other field. You can't be the best guitar player on your first day, and you can't be the best investor on your first day. Now, one thing that I haven't mentioned in this video is about Warren Buffett's dividend strategy and income, which I think is a very important part of why he has been so successful. But I think I will address that in a different video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've got some valuable insights on how to think like Warren Buffett. If you have, please lick that like button, snap that subscribe button, and comment in those comments. Apologies for that. Some news: I have just launched my Patreon page, and I would love it if you could help me decide what needs to go on there. If there's any value that you think I can bring to you, then please let me know in the comments down below. It'd be great if I could provide more valuable content on this platform and my Patreon page. So if you have any ideas, that would be amazing. The idea behind this is I can earn a little bit of additional income to subsidize my job and hopefully provide more content for you. I hope you enjoyed the video and I have got some value out of this, and now you can think like Warren Buffett. Thanks for watching. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm hoping I can help you become one.